Hello, welcome to season 3 of Once Upon a Surgery. I'm the host, Kerry, wife of world-renowned plastic surgeon, Dr. Anthony Burlett. Today, we're going to talk about Kerry 2.0. So, the before Kerry was a little short-sighted. She was only thinking of the recovery when she asked those questions. Now I've been living for over 2 months with a new face, and there's some items to discuss, good items. And so I'm on with my husband now, Mr. Dr. Burlett. And so I just want to talk about, how my life has changed and now how I have an understanding of why you get those chocolates at Christmas, all the cookies all the time, and all the wine, because it's really amazing. And do you find, okay, because it's not that this was the first surgery I ever did, but this facelift, it really is, transforming, obviously, and there is an adjustment period to living with a new face. Do you hear that from other patients?
I have seen people become other people. I've had women come in and a little worse for wear, and their husbands come in, you're like, holy crap, that guy is crazy handsome. And the wives you can tell they're just beaten up and they're whatever it is. And when they come back after that facelift, they have become unbelievably changed in such a good way. It's just confident and they match, It's amazing.
But, I was going to say, but are you saying that you didn't? I think you were way better looking and I was beaten down. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, come to think of it.
Not at all. But that's what I've heard about me that I don't even think about, that people say that I have this new confidence, and it wasn't that I didn't feel confident before, but I think it's just an extra boost. You just feel, you really do. You're like, whole new life, right? And just looking in the mirror even, it's been crazy to adjust because for a while I would have just imagined me with the old face, and then you're feeling, a day you'll feel tired and gross, and then I look in the mirror and then like, wow, I actually look good, and then it helps me actually not feel less tired.
I talk about that all the time. It's that first impression in the morning. You get in, you somehow you expect to see like terrible, and you look in the mirror like, wow, it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, and then even people's reactions when I'm like, oh no, I look terrible, I don't want to be in the photo, and everyone's like, I don't want to be in a photo with you because you look so much younger. It's just
welcome to my world.
But it's an amazing experience, I would have to say.
Well, my issue is you used to be my daughter, now you're my granddaughter.
We're only 15 years. It's not that different.
It's getting different all the time.
You just did such good work. And I can also understand, when people say, oh, it's an addiction, plastic surgery. And it's not, I don't think it sounds unhealthy when they say it that way. But it is, you fix. Now it's like when I've gotten my makeup done and then not the hair, and you're like, oh no, because then you just think of other things that don't match this new beautiful face that could be tweaked. But I don't think it's not in this unhealthy, now this isn't, it's just how you see the amazing transformation, and you could envision other transformations.
Well, I think
I would
once
say.
you get past the point, the reason people think it's addictive is because that wasn't so bad. And then you're like, but the reward is huge.
It's a huge
So
reward.
that huge reward, that wasn't much of a price to pay for that huge reward.
And even when you think of time, right? The surgery was only 3 hours, and now I'm living with this whole new face.
It's pretty incredible. Right? You can transform someone's life in no time.
And I can just imagine, this was, and it wasn't, again, people going into it, everyone was so nervous saying, oh, you don't need it, you don't need it, you don't look. But, the other interesting thing is that some people say, oh, you look the same, but why it was, again, when I smile a lot, you don't necessarily see some of the aging that I had had.
Well, you can hide it, but nothing like a smile.
Right.
Yeah, not
But
like a
then,
smile.
I mean, but what I was going to say is that, it's one thing, again, the facelift, again, for me, it wasn't, like I looked horribly old, but I just looked so refreshed and young. I can only imagine something like having a rhinoplasty really changes physically your appearance. I can't, that has to,
Those
the
three-dimensional
people,
things, a rhinoplasty or a nose job with a chin implant, you're talking about three-dimensional alteration, and it can be crazy transformative, just crazy. Then I see, and that also translated into personality changes as well. I've seen complete wallflowers become the life of the party.
really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's amazing that were they emotionally processing that they have this nose, and I mean it just makes them self-conscious, and then they I guess then feel pretty and
Makes a huge difference. Why it's one of my favorite operations, rhinoplasty. I love it. I love a facelift because you bring someone back. By a rhinoplasty, you literally change their life.
you're creating a whole new person.
You are.
Yeah. But no, in this it's been so strange because there've been so many references to me looking like a model, which I don't like. I've never felt that I was not pretty, but this is a whole new level, I feel, of how I'm being received.
Well, I think you sparkle.
Well, thank you. And again, people who saw me initially, again, because I wasn't, I didn't hide after having this surgery. And again, how swollen my lips were, and now where they are, again, everyone is really complimentary about having the lip lift with the smaz.
Yeah.
But you said a lot of people are afraid of it.
Well, they're terrified of the concept because their idea of a lip lift is actually lip augmentation with filler.
Right. Everyone thinks of that.
They've seen that filler look, which is awful. In all fairness, it almost never looks good.
Yeah.
And this is attacking the lip at multiple levels of how it ages because it gets longer, it thins out, and you lose the elasticity through here. So by filling it, that gets rid of some of the fine line wrinkles. By lifting it, it shortens it and balances the face, and everything's done right. And then you can also fill the bottom lip to balance the upper lip. Mm-hmm. And amazing.
Yeah. And the other interesting thing, and again, so like people are worried about the scars. And so the other interesting thing is that when I'm so open and I announce I have the facelift and people who see me, the first thing they ask is, "Oh, can I see your incisions?" That's just interesting. And so I show them, and people are blown away at the work that you did with my incisions.
Well, it's still only 2 months.
And it still is only 2 months. I was in Italy, and I happened to meet another plastic surgery couples. And that was the first, when I told them I had just had a facelift 2 months ago, the wife asked, and so she and her husband were inspecting, and the guy was so impressed. It made me feel good. And, I was with some friends, and, the one friend was asking him where he practiced. "Oh, you're famous." And the guy said, "You need to get a facelift with her husband." And he said, I'm very, judgmental, and I've never seen incisions like that.
Well, I've been working on it for a long time.
And again, I only know, what is it about that a bad surgeon, what is it that their incisions look like? They have this gigantic...
You'd be amazed at what I've seen.
Really?
Amazed. Just sometimes I'll go up in here and you'll have a big area that has what they call alopecia. You lose hair. And that can be a big thing. Comes in front of the ear. In the meantime, this whole area of their forehead is back. So now they look like a monk because they didn't appreciate the hairline as it was, and they changed that. So now that's all up. So that looks freaky. Then the incision comes down in front of the ear, and it's way down here. And then it comes back up and comes across too short, and you have these hack mark scars behind the ear. It's actually really disturbing to see.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, I just saw that today with a patient. She goes, well, I had a lower facelift. And it's like the scars are like, wow, you didn't have a lower facelift, you had a lower mutilation. I mean, just like, wow.
Really?
All through there. And then, so that's a big factor. You have to consider all that. And then a lot of them have scars through here that are just create a big notch. I've seen cross hatching all over the place. They take the sutures out soon enough, or they didn't put them under the skin, whatever they might have had to do. So those little attentions to details make a huge difference. It does take a lot longer to do it that way, but people inspect the scars.
Yeah.
They really inspect the scars.
I had no idea this was a thing.
That's your signature. They're going to look at those scars like, ooh, good, bad. And it's as simple as the incisions.
Wow.
And I have seen facelifts that were not ideal, where the incisions were, but the facelifts they didn't really create the angle of the jaw. They didn't really adhere to any of that. So I don't know. There's a lot of things to it. I was just in Boston and I heard some incredible people speak who were
At the plastic surgery
at
conference.
the plastic surgery conference, and amazingly humble. The better they were, the more humble they were. Really impressive. I was so blown away by that. And it's like they said, well, your technique can be great, your craft can be great, but if you don't have the proper vision and you're pulling things in the wrong vector, it's just not going to have the same outcome. So you can tell me any way you did it. I don't care. What do you look like?
And I know there was that debate online about is it a SMAS facelift versus a D-plane, which is better? And it just really comes back to who the surgeon is, right?
100%.
Yeah.
It is really dependent on the surgeon, because it all depends on how soft tissues it's harder to mold than bone, because bone's very specific. You put it at an angle, whatever it is, so you have to recreate it and put it back together. But the face, there's nothing to hang on to you, so you're really sculpting in a different way.
Right.
So you're dealing with multiple different types of tissue, the vector you pull, where you mobilize. At the end of the day, it has to be right for each face, and every face is a little customized. So.
Yeah. I was just thinking, so it's one thing, I had this amazing, wonderful facelift, and so it's great and having people react and being open about it and getting these positive reactions. And then I was just thinking what it must be like to be that other person who has the terrible facelift, and what that's like to live that life and have people react to you with the new, not optimal face.
Yeah.
So have you had patients who have had that experience and then you've been able to fix it?
Yep.
Yeah?
It's very routine.
Really?
I do so many redos, but a lot of it, it's just like, once again, no attention to detail. Scars are terrible. And I can mobilize them quite a bit and really improve it, make it a lot less obvious, recreate that jawline that they don't have, and really remove a lot of skin, because maybe the actual design of the facelift doesn't allow for enough removal of neck skin.
Okay.
Like even on you, who's young, I was able to take almost 2 inches per side, maybe a little over 2 inches per side. Crazy.
It's amazing.
And you would never imagine that.
No.
Ever. And then I've had some older women who literally I've taken almost 4 inches per side.
Wow.
So you're just everything just sort of like you're retrimming everything, and if you did that in the hairline, they would have mohawks.
Right.
It would be so much skin.
I just thought about that for the first time, that you just had like 2.5 inches of my skin just in your trash can.
I went to the kitchen. What are you talking about?
Shouldn't there? I feel like there should be something that you can do with this skin. There must be something. There's stem cells. There must be something you could do with that.
And they said, "Give me a little time. We can make a wallet."
So funny. Well, so that's your job. So for I want to have, because I just imagine, so someone who goes through the experience of then living life with a bad facelift and then getting it fixed. So that's your job, is to get me a guest for one of these episodes in season 3 of someone who's been through that. We had Lily.
Lily was
But
completely
Lily, though, it sounded like her facelift it wasn't even a facelift, really. Just that nothing.
No, it was.
Yeah.
But they ruined her ears a little bit.
Right, the ears.
And
Yeah.
the scars were bad, but
Yeah.
But I have far, far worse.
So one other thing I want to talk about is, I mean, so even since I did the initial, I did the first post facelift podcast when I was 20 days out, and now, I mean, I just feel, and this was what you say, 2 weeks you're restaurant ready with makeup, and then 2 months you're runway ready, and that's literally how I feel. Where people are telling me that I look like a model. Ooh, I just spilled on myself. But it's amazing. And then I have to say, I've heard some people say that their neck was really tough, all these feelings that I don't have. Our friend talked about it feeling like there was a boa constrictor around her neck, and I really didn't feel that, ever. So I mean, again, is that something where sometimes the neck's too tight and it just takes, is it an adjustment period? I mean.
Yeah, well, everybody's different.
Okay.
Everybody's different. Some people are more sensitive than others, With what I do is I do remove all that tissue, but then I sew it all along the muscle in the neck called the sternocleidomastoid, and sometimes that can feel tight. You can sometimes relieve it with Botox, help break the cycle.
Right.
But typically, it's not a painful recovery. You do have you're numb through here for a few months, up to 6, even maybe up to a year. You'll have some numbness.
I feel, so as far as the numbness, I feel everything. Are there some people that, like, if they touch their cheek, they can't feel it?
Well, they know they're touching it, but it just feels like it has frostbite or something. It's just weird. It just has a weird feeling to it.
It's a nice feeling in some way. I don't know what it is. It feels like a little tickly, like when, when I'm having my makeup put on.
All right, well, each their own.
I don't know. But, and then, so another thing, so you have this amazing company, Vitamedica, that you've been working with for years, they provided the supplements leading up to the surgery, the post, recovery, arnica, bromelain with quercetin, supplements.
I've been using that company for 25 years.
Yeah,
when
it
I first
sounds
saw
like,
them in a
yes.
meeting years and years ago, this has got something to it, and obviously supplements and peptide, everything's like hitting a peak right now. It's like,
right. And
I feel like I was ahead of my time. I feel like the company was ahead of its time, but I was like, I'm doing this. I'm going to prepare all my patients from an early stage.
Yes, it's amazing.
Always.
You've been doing that so long. And so we were just in Boston at the plastic surgery conference, and I met the people at the Vitamedica booth, and they were so lovely. And they also gave me this scar cream. And there was I'd already been using a silicone-based scar cream prior to that, but this one then I took to Italy with me. And I felt it really, I don't know if I was where I was in the healing process, but I felt it really made a difference. Didn't you see from when I left for Italy versus when I came back? I mean, they're fading like rapid fire. And I really felt it made a significant difference, because I had felt before the scars were, I felt they were working, and I was still using a silicone-based scar gel, but this one, I could almost feel my skin absorbing it and the healing happening. And how I could feel that is, I could feel like itchy, and when I feel itchy, that's when you know that the tissues and the nerve, I could feel it, and and it makes it hard, because especially with the ones under my nose, then you're like, it's hard to itch them.
Right. But there's no question itching is a sign of healing.
Right. And I like this one, and I know the one difference is it doesn't have the SPF in it, but I think that's okay, because I'm never convinced that the SPF in any cream is enough. I feel like if that's what you're looking for, you should apply that separately than rely on a cream to do it. Because I don't know how the mixture, again, and for the scars, it's so important that they not get sun. Right?
Yeah, at least for a few months anyway.
Yeah. And I can say also that was one thing that I went through with the facelift. My skin was more sensitive to the sun than it had ever been. I went to this swim meet for my daughter, and I was sitting on metal bleachers, and I had a hat on and sunscreen, and I still managed to get burned. But I do think this hat I had just didn't actually have any. I think it was basically like not wearing a hat.
You got a lot of reflection off a lot of things.
Yeah, so maybe it was the reflection.
Bounces back up on you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you have to wear a ski mask or something. I don't
That's
know.
what she had done.
for those who've had a facelift and aren't open about, I don't know, but that was a recovery, and then that I was so worried that I had ruined the beautiful face. So luckily I healed, and there was no, permanent discoloration. But
No, it's all
that's
fine.
you really have to lather on the skincare, the sun care, I think.
Yeah. There's still like a minor layer of blood under the skin, so the sun can also cause a little staining of that. And
Oh, is that
so that
that's
could
why?
Yeah, that's a part of it. So
Okay.
it's not just the scars. It's
Huh.
And because you don't feel the skin,
Right.
you don't know, subconsciously.
Well, I can feel it.
Yeah, but you don't
Here?
know subconsciously to move or turn your head when you're getting burned.
I can feel my face everywhere.
All right.
Anyway.
You're the exception to the rule.
Now, in terms of the stitches, you had said that so you took out the ones right after a week back here. And these again, after the lip lift, those as well, and also right the lateral brow lift. So those all came out. So, but you said there were some under the skin, right? That and you said those take 6 weeks or something. So at this point, my stitches should all have dissolved. Is that right?
They're going through the process of dissolving, so they lose their strength,
Okay.
but they're there enough to bring you. Once again, we bring the tissue together this way with the deep tissues, and with the deep stitches, and we bring them together this way with the superficial stitches.
I see.
So you take the superficial stitches out very soon, so you still have the ones underneath. Behind your neck, we put them under this. We wove it in the skin like a snake, so you wouldn't have any kind of cross hatching back there.
Oh, okay.
So that needs a little more support, so we left them in so we get to leave them in a lot longer without worrying about cross hatching.
Okay.
And we have some in
Interesting.
here too, because we want to take those out very soon. So those are all, you have the deep ones in there that hold it together.
What do you? So there were other ones under the
Yeah,
skin
they're
here
still, yes,
that are still there.
they're still there.
Okay.
They're supporting it.
Okay. And so how long till they dissolve?
It's different for all stitches, but for those, probably 6 to 8 weeks.
And it's under.
then-
They're under my skin.
Yes, and then you have ones that are deep in your face that also absorb, that are much deeper, and they're more like 6 months to go away.
Oh, they're here.
They actually come from the corner of your eye to under your ear and then right along your neck. So that's the deep stitches inside.
Wow.
That's holding the muscle.
Okay. Huh. And so will it look any different after they dissolve?
They just constantly remodel until it's very smooth.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so now we've talked about how the techniques with facelifts have evolved. And I feel that mine was particularly good in that I recovered very quickly. Is this what other surgeons are seeing? Is this something unique to your technique, how it's changed?
I don't think it's fair to say whether I'm better or not better than these other guys. Everybody has a different approach, and they're happy with what they have. They have their aesthetic, whatever it might be. I think you did heal very fast. You were aggressive, super aggressive in self-care.
Yes.
Like you say, oh, you have a little something there, massage it. You took it to another level.
Yeah.
And I don't have control over other people. I don't get to see what they're doing. But when I tell you to do something, it's done. I have to slow you down.
Right,
If
right,
anything.
right,
But you
yes.
take it to a new level. You're discovering things. You actually helped me a little bit because I'm like, oh boy, if I can get everybody to do that, I can
Yes.
get it to heal that much faster. And it's that kind of thing. I also feel that I always say my last facelift is my best facelift because everything I've known up to that point, and then a little tweak maybe.
Oh no, there have been better facelifts since me.
Since you, sorry, can't have it all. They are good though, and so the technique does evolve, and we have a better and better aesthetic. And I do a ton of facelifts. I'm doing 100 to 150 a year, and I've been doing that for at least 10 years. So that's a lot of facelifts under your belt. And they are better. They're better than they were 5 years ago by
Right.
a lot. And they're better than they were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd
Lucky
say,
me.
come now, because boy, you're getting a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I won't get another one for 10 years, right?
I think longer.
Longer. Oh, no.
No, you had it
Okay.
at a young age, and so you're going to get better longevity. You'll
Right.
probably get, 12, 15 years out of it.
Wow.
We'll see.
Okay.
You know where to find me.
Yep. And I did see you send me today. I mean, I just came up with that idea of making my face ice bath.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't, like, with the green tea and everything. But then I saw today you sent me that this is a thing, of this face tub, that they actually sell that and then you can breathe.
Yeah, you can breathe with the ice around your face.
Who knew?
Yeah, I know. You don't have to hold
I'm
your breath.
always like, I'm innovating. And he saw me doing that and created this thing.
You got to add the green tea.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, he needs to add the green tea. Well, I just want to say cheers to you.
Thank you.
I know you don't, yes, unfortunately you don't, doctors don't drink, right? But so, but so anyway, so thank you for doing this tremendous job on my face. I just, how I'm being received has blown my mind. It's fun. It's a fun thing, and I hope that I'm inspiring others.
I love the old you. I really love the new you. And I mean inside and out.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I hope that I'm inspiring others who might be considering it and have, various concerns. And I have talked about that. Sometimes the concern is you're going to look different. Yes, and you're going to look better. You're worried about the recovery. Look at my recovery. I mean, use that as your case study, right? And then anesthesia. Well, I was awake for my whole procedure. So everything's evolved, and I just appreciate that I have the benefit.
This?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I do understand the people that give you all these gifts out of their gratitude. Now I really get it.
What you giving me? All right.
Anyway, I give you lots of presents.
You give me lots of love.
Yes. And anyway, so I hope that you all enjoyed this episode of Kerry 2.0, the follow-up for Once Upon a Surgery. Please feel free to like, comment, ask questions, and don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time on Once Upon a Surgery.